So today we will hear from Lewis, who's going to talk to you about Fulbright, which is an awesome option for students to apply for. And Greg is going to talk about all of his many travels and show you lots of images. Bradley's going to talk to you guys about getting a Fulbright to go to Italy, which is part of where Justin and Brad's collaboration really took off. And Justin, who lives in Italy, but exhibits mostly outside of Italy, will talk about his experiences of exhibiting abroad. Does that all sound kosher? You guys can have as much pizza. Feel free to walk up while they're talking and eat pizza and walk back. We're all friends. Go ahead. And I guess we'll have to do this first. Is that right?
That's what it looks like.
That's what it looks like?
If I can get the thing to move. It's working.
Having some technology issues. Liz, do you want us to dim the lights?
So,
Or do you want lights?
I actually don't care. The pictures aren't that good. I'm waiting for this squirrely ball to stop going around.
Would you
So-
guys like dim lights or lights on? This is fine? Okay. All right, Lewis.
Just so that people know, I owe the university a, didn't want to do anything.
Oh, come on in, guys.
I owe the university a formal slideshow on, on balls that go around on my screen here. Don't do anything. Okay, come on, you can do it. Okay, so I owe them my formal research talk that. Come on. Hey, Craig, is this thing always this squirrely?
Yeah.
Do you want my computer?
No. I feel like you just about didn't go to sleep, did something really weird. Don't touch it. Okay, I'm not gonna go up there.
For those of you who just came in, you're welcome to have pizza and refreshments, and we are talking about taking your artwork abroad and traveling for art, exhibiting abroad, research grants, Fulbrights, and we're just having a small technology.
Okay,
switch.
so I'm gonna start off and we'll get the slides up. In 1980, whenever that was, I was in graduate school and I met a young guy there. His name was Ftsca. A real mouthful. We just called him Nui. A lot easier. And he was in graduate school and he was kind of in trouble. He didn't have any friends. Nobody liked him. He didn't speak English that good. He kind of spoke it terrible. No one could understand him. And so he became my friend. And I was helping him with his English, so he helped me with Thai. I don't even know that I was all that interested, but I learned to say hello. Where's the bathroom? Count from 1 to 10. Thank you, Greg. Greg got to be my technical assistant today, which is the first of all time. Click. Go.
There we go.
Bingo. There he is. He helped me with some things, and he showed me slides of a little village in Thailand. I wrote down his name and address. I was organized. I've always been organized about names. I've got one of those blank books, and I write down people's addresses in it. At least I used to. And I've got his name and address when I wrote it down in my blank book in the back where I keep addresses in a kind of disorganized manner, but they're there. And when I decided to go, I was able to call him up and talk to him. He taught me these words: Paul Nandu, where's the bathroom? Count from 1 to 10. And then I ran into a woman from Thailand a couple of years later, and so I said, hello, where's the bathroom? I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I asked her if she knew where a village was, because Hunarat had showed me a sheet of slides from this village where they made pots. It was a folk pottery, a real folk pottery, not like someone that looks like a folk pottery. People had no education. They were making pots for people to use, and I was in love with it, and I wanted to know if she'd ever heard of the place. Turned out she was from there. And that started what really is starting to seem like a lifelong collaboration of travel with her, and I got to apply for a Fulbright grant. We'll talk about that. That's Suwani. And so, as a result of me being nice to this guy, as a result of me writing down his phone number, and as a result of writing the first thing that I ever wrote that was well written, the first thing, because the motivation was high enough. I got to go to Thailand and look at people make huge pots, and it was great. So I had a friend in college, and he taught me the first rule of money. Anybody here read the book of money? There's no reason to. There's one rule you need to learn really well. Do what you want. Seems really, that's what these guys are doing. You aren't here because you don't want to be here, right? They want to be here, they're here. They found the way, right? Find something that you want. And I'm not talking about a want like this. Anybody here want to travel? Okay, where do you want to go, Ricky? Germany. Got that all planned out? Anybody want to go somewhere they don't have it planned out? Okay, all the way in the back.
Well, I want to go back to Barcelona, where my family originally.
Okay, Barcelona. Okay, so what I'm going to say about Barcelona, I believe you want to go. What I want to know is, and I don't want to know it right now, is not what you want to do. Oh, I want to go to Barcelona. Great. What do you want to do in Barcelona?
I want to visit.
What do you want it to be like? I got a long list of questions. You don't need to answer a single one of them. What do you want it to be like? How do you want it to affect your life? How do you want it to integrate in with your future job prospects, your retirement, whatever? I want you to know so much about what you want out of Barcelona that you could talk about it for 40 minutes. And then, when you write your grant or do whatever you're going to do, the want is going to be so specific, and you're going to want it so much because you've now figured out what this is going to do for you. The want has to be big enough that you can find the money to do it. That's the trick. It's motivation. Motivation is the key to everything. And you have to find the motivation to go to Barcelona. I know you want to go there. You don't want it enough. If you're not there now, you don't want it enough. You've got to get the want high enough that you're already there, and then it's a done deal. Do what you want, the money will come. You find a big enough want, and you'll find the money. You'll learn to write a grant. You'll do what you want. Do what you want, and the money will come. There's a balance between the amount of money you need and how much you need to want it. Simple. And then you get to go see book pottery. I still look at this and I wonder, how did this ever happen to me? And people tell me it's luck. I don't believe in luck. Luck are the opportunities you grab. Sure, money might fall out of the sky on your head, but the luck that we experience, I hate it when people tell me, you were so lucky you got to go to Thailand. That's bull. I worked my butt off. I can remember coming into work the morning after working on this grant for 6 hours after work, coming into work mixing clay and just like slogging through the day knowing that at the end of the day I was going to go home and I was going to write again. I remember that. I spent an entire year where I didn't buy a single cup of coffee because I was saving money. Because the want was so high, I was going whether I got the grant or not. When I got the grant, I already had $5,500 put away for my trip. I was leaving in December. I got the grant, I got to go 2 months early because I got a good grant to go to Thailand. What do they want to fund? You want money? They better want to fund it. You need somebody that wants to fund what you want to do. It's simple. It actually can be really hard to find. But if you know what you want to do, then it's possible. If you don't know what you want to do, then it's not possible. You have to know what you want. You got to find the intersection of those two things. I promise to use a Venn diagram in my presentation today. Find that intersection, map it out real clearly so that you know what it is. What do they want to fund that you want to do? That's what the body of your grant is. Just that little thing there. That's the important part. Everything else, I don't know. It's got to fill your entire proposal. You got to know enough. I knew about 3 paragraphs on Thai pottery, and it came from 2 slides out of a National Geographic, 1 paragraph in a book on Thai art, or on Thai art that was about ceramics, and a sheet of slides. That's all I knew about Thai ceramics. The next thing, and it's important, why are you the person to do the grant? What is special about you? And you know what? If you did everything else, you already are special because you want to. You can talk about how much you want to. You can fill out this part of your grant why you are special because you really want to. Why do you really want to? You probably know this all because you've been thinking about, oh, it's going to do this for me. I want to do this. My parents are this. I've always been interested. I like this person. I've read these books. Oh my God, I gotta go. I just gotta go. You are the person when you get to that point. Tell them. never had a grant refused that was something that they wanted to fund, that I wanted to do, where I was the person to do it, and now is the time. You gotta tell them why they gotta do it now, so that they don't pick him instead, and send him instead. Why are you the person? Why is now the time? That's always easy. I'm really excited about it. You can do that too. You can talk about now is the time. Everything is always changing. You can talk about the time as it is right now, your context, whatever, but tell them why they have to fund it soon. Tick-tock, tick-tock. The other thing is, most of you are young. It gets harder and harder to travel as you get older and older. Health concerns kind of take over. How did I prepare? Amber asked, how did I prepare? Well, you know, I've actually been preparing for 27 years where I can say, well, it's Thailand. And I never stop. People are sick of hearing about Thailand. I'm always in Thailand. I've got a radio, I talk to Thailand every day. And when I go on Facebook every day, part of what I do that isn't just a time suck is I communicate with people in Thailand and I collect their names. This is my Facebook friends page. I typed in a Thai letter and this is what showed up. I have maybe 200 of them in there now. They are almost 70% ceramics now. The rest of them are involved in ham radio. And I collect them. I look at their friends and see if their friends are involved in ceramics. And if they're involved in ceramics, I write a little note. Hi, my name's Louis. I teach ceramics in the United States of America. I can write Thai. I'm coming to Thailand or whatever. You know, could you friend me? Oh, they're really interested in having an American friend that speaks Thai. Come on, thanks. I got a whole list of them. Some of them turn out to be, that I found on Facebook, turn out to be really important. I didn't even know they existed. Learning the language. Do what you want and money will come. You want to learn. I don't like extrinsic motivation. Maybe that's why I'm in the arts. I don't like tests. I don't like the things that you really want to learn. You're going to study. You're going to learn whether someone's teaching you or not. If you really want to learn a foreign language, you can learn it. I'm convinced I could. I learned how to speak Thai in Montana. I didn't have anybody. I learned language tapes every single day for a year. These are the language materials that I use. They're now free online on the web. Foreign Services Institute tapes. They're kind of old, but you can get them. I paid $120 for those tapes when I was earning $5.65 an hour. I applied for a faculty development leave grant here. I hate paperwork, but I wanted so much that this was not a problem. I wanted to go, and so I filled it out. I really dislike the bureaucracy at the university. It drives me crazy. Forms, they want you to fill out forms online. What they mean is fill them out by hand and then fax them to the administrator. It drives me nuts. But I got to do it. They give you lists of things to do before you go. Just to take your laptop overseas, you got to take training. You got to do all of this stuff. You got to certify this and certify that. It's crazy, but if you want to, you can do it. Here is the big list of lists. Fortunately, they produced a checklist, and if you do this, then they only tell you a couple more things right before you leave that you have to do before you go. It's crazy. So there's lists of things in the United States. You want to do research in a foreign country. Most foreign countries have some sort of research clearance act. And Thailand is a military dictatorship. I do not want to end up in prison in Thailand, and I have a long-term need to be able to go back. So I applied for research clearance. My Thai friends said nobody ever gets it unless they've got a Thai collaborator. I didn't have a Thai collaborator. I had recommenders. Apparently, they don't think I'm going to learn anything that's going to harm their national interest by studying ceramics, so they gave it to me. They have lists of things I had to read, and everything in Thailand is written in sort of crazy English, and it's difficult, but it was easy. I collect people, missing one of the images there, I collect people to recommend me for things. I write them letters, they write me letters. I scratch their back, they scratch my back. I take them out to dinner when they're in the United States, and I see them, they take me out to dinner when I'm in Thailand.